So one of the things that I so appreciate you whenever I visit your Instagram feed is that you just have a joyful way of showing up, and you create these little videos where you're doing your art practice and where you're kind of dancing. And I appreciate what you said earlier, but you kind of wanted to be an actor or a dancer or something. And I feel like you're bringing it all together, integrating it
Mhm.
into what you do. And so tell me, and this is where this course is kind of leading people towards, our last lesson is about joy. So I would love to hear you talk about your relationship with joy, and why is it important? Why is it important to create Instagram feeds full of joy? Talk to me about that.
Yeah. It's funny you mention that because I was thinking the other day, like, I am kind of a singer and a dancer and an actress, and I don't even have to be good at it thanks to Instagram. you know, I can just like, I don't have to remember lines. I don't have to like impress anyone. This is really cool. There's no auditions because none of that worked for me as a kid, like trying to do those things. I just was not the person that would get chosen. And eventually I just quit trying those kind of things. So I think though that showing up with joy is important. And this is a part that probably doesn't get, well, no, I know it doesn't get seen because it's in my head. So like if I'm doing a video, and I think when you look on Instagram, there's lots of curated things. There's people with filters. They look like, doe-eyed, or like, like Bambi or Barbies. And I, that people make their choices, but like I'll be 47 April 30th. So I'm this 47-year-old woman. I've got a belly. If I'm painting, you're gonna see my arms jiggle. I've got, uneven skin. And so when I show up, it's also liberating. I hope it's liberating for other people to see this unfiltered, joyful person who's still painting, still doing things that I enjoy. But it's also liberating for me because these are all things that at different points in my life, I felt counted me out of love, out of relationship, out of you can't be successful in work or business if you don't have a certain look, a persona. And it's like all of these things I get to challenge. I also get to make a little more room for myself. I think that joy is about, giving myself. So a few years ago, I can go in directions. A few years ago, I have often, I won't say always, but often dealt with lots of mental health challenges and pain and hurt and things that just go through in life. And some years ago, I remember like this one little voice in my head. It was like, I get to want to be here. I get to want to be alive. I get to want to be happy. I get to, like, for so many years, I thought, as a kid, I was teased for being too fat and too dark skinned and all this kind of stuff. And I had started to believe that other people got to tell me how much I deserved. And then I'm so grateful. I have no idea why. Maybe it was just, I have no idea why. But when I heard myself say, I get to want to be here, and I get to decide that I want to be here, and I get to decide I can be happy. It was so like water when you're thirsty. Like, wait, what? I get to make some decisions about this. I don't have to just accept that what other people say about me or about who's beautiful and who's valuable. Like, I don't have to give that space. And so that's sort of kind of that and a whole bunch of other stuff. But that's kind of where I decided I wanted to do more just sharing of the joy of creativity,